Boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dunk Dynasty podcast. This is a bonus episode that we said we promised to you, to the fans. We said that we're bringing it in. We're going to do our mid-season awards and also our all-star picks. So here it is. Keep in mind, we actually will give you another normal episode again this week. So it's going to be a bit of a double up because we want to push that content out. We'll provide you guys with the NBA insights and updates and all the good stuff that's happening. Hence the bonus episode. So what you will see is that's a bit of a special one today. We have actually got myself, Panache and Yashanu, as per usual, Trey Mitchell, Trigger Trey Mitchell, as per usual. However, we're missing a man in action, Ethan McDonald. So you know who we went and got. The head honcho, the big man, Jay Mitchell, Jed Mitchell. He's on the podcast. We just haven't seen him yet. And here he is. First time appearance. Here he is, Jed Mitchell. What's happening, man?
I don't know, not much, eh? The ghost appears. It's good to be here.
We missed you, man. I was like, you're on the thing. For all the fans who are like looking at the freaking names that are on our podcast, you always see Jed Mitchell wondering who is this guy. Here he is. This is the first insight. The first, we thought for all the jokes I make about Julius Randle being Casper the Ghost, you technically were that for the last X amount of weeks.
Yeah.
Jed's the Michael Bolton of the fantasy podcast.
Hey, but I'm the only one who's actually been to a game, so I guess that counts for something.
Well, fellas, we are here for the special reason, which is to give our mid-season awards. End of season's coming up. But we finally made it to the halfway point of the season because, bro, it feels like 41 games or 42 games for some teams has flown by quickly, and we're already here, man. Some teams still are where we expected them to be. Some teams aren't. Then obviously some players are, shining brighter than others, which is sort of brings us to that first award, mid-season award that we want to give out, which is for the most valuable player, the MVP of the first half of the NBA season. Who has everyone got for that, man?
It's obvious, isn't it, Embiid?
Unanimous,
I think. Unless Jed pick someone else.
Yeah. You know who I wanted to say.
You want to say Shy, but
Yeah, I did want to say, yeah, my guy. But no, I've gone with Embiid as well. I feel like you just can't go past it. I feel like by the time the end of the season rolls around, he's not going to qualify for the actual award. And I think at that point it's going to be out of Jokic and Shy. So yeah. So we'll see what happens then. But for now, I've got Embiid.
Embiid? Who's Shy? Why are you guys calling him Shy? I thought his name's Shay.
Shay, Shy. Some people call him Shy. Some people call him Shay.
He can be shy all he wants, but all I know is that he's never shy when he plays Steph Curry because he cooks that boy every single time.
Yeah, and then post about it on Instagram. What a dog.
Shea area, calling it the Bay Area, the Shea area is the wildest statement of all time. That's so disrespectful.
He's like a sleeper as well. He just like floats under the radar. Like he doesn't talk too much. Doesn't yeah. But
he's such a chill guy. I like watching I like seeing his interviews. I don't know if it wasn't like GQ or something, but it was like maybe it was the Thunder did like a little thing on him, and he was just talking about like his fashion and stuff, and he's talking about life in general. Bro, he's a pretty chill guy. Like he's pretty likable. But I think that's why it's like yeah, in terms of that big personality, someone who'll get like a major like shoe deal and be like worldwide superstar. I don't think he'll have that, but he'll always be like top tier NBA player just because the game does the talking for him, especially when he plays Steph Curry because he cooks him every time.
By far the most consistent player in the NBA as well. It's like you look at him every game, it's 30 points, 31 points, 32 points, 29 points. It's like never like 50, anything. It's just he gets his buckets.
He's also by far the most annoying player to watch. Each person in your team.
Why is that?
I can't stand watching him cook my team and get to the free throw line 15 times.
No, that's a beat. His free throws are down this year. It's the most annoying part, I'd say, if you're watching like from like an away team point of view or like against someone who's playing against. Is like he does that little hizzy and he gets past, and every layup he does looks like a wide open layup.
Oh, yeah,
he just uses his speed so well. He's so shifty. He's so patient as well.
Can't stand him just running into the paint and then shooting that little real close shot.
No one can guard that mid range. Like no matter what you do, I think that's what
not
makes him
even a
so like
mid-range,
nice to
though.
watch. It's because because he can score on all levels and he does it efficiently. I feel like it's just impossible to stop him. And he even posts up people as well, like just to let you know I'm that much better. He just does anything, man.
Especially
He's
like
the
top
5-level scorer.
Yeah, like you look at it as well. He is like 55% from the field, which is crazy because he's the only guard in the top 20 in field goal percentage. And most of the people in the top 20 in field goal percentage, they're centers averaging 13, 14 points a game.
Yeah.
Like his field goal percentage is wild.
You take all those free throws away and then look at his field goal percentage.
Free throws don't
Free throw-
He gets fouled so much. It's annoying.
Free throw percentage is separate to field goal percentage, though.
I know, but like he just draws that many fouls and then just throws it up. That's why, like, yeah.
Well, in the words of Daryl Morey, man, if they're fouling you, means they can't guard you. So that means you're doing something right, you know. But they foul you, they can't guard you.
Yeah, his free throws are down on last year. So like, you know, the haters like Trey have got to the refs.
Yeah, let him know, bro.
Not Embiid's also Embiid, Trae Young, and Shea are the most annoying people to watch play against your team.
But Embiid, I mean, if we go back to the guy who we all picked for MVP, like he's the guy. He's like, you know, I like watching
He's
Embiid
good,
play.
but he's frustrating to watch. Just like throw his arms in the air and.
Well, hey brother, if they foul you, it means they can't guard you. So that's the thing. There's no one in NBA who can guard Embiid either. I feel like it's just impossible because
they don't foul Jokic. They just let him cook him.
Jokic is just difficult, man.
The difference with Jokic is he could take 3 shots in a game and he'll be like chill with that. And Embiid's got to get his shots. So you know, like
yeah. Jokic just takes whatever comes his way and like.
Where's Embiid? If Embiid hasn't scored for a bit, it'll be like, give me the ball. And that's the thing, though. Like, with Embiid, if he says, give me the ball, he's going, like, it's almost impossible to stop. Like, it's just watching him sometimes because he just takes 1 or 2 dribbles and he's in the mid-range and he'll just rise over a defender and it will just be just effortless. I just love the way he shoots the ball. Then also when he decides that he just wants to post up and bully people, I like that too because it's funny. Like, especially when he plays people like Nick Claxton or like skinny bigs. He just gives me the ball and just 2-3 bumps and he gets the middle. Whereas, yeah, I feel like he's just, if he really wanted to, he could just beat bully all day. But I think he just wants to showcase his skill sometimes, and he gets a little bit too cute, which I mean works if you're averaging 35.
Yeah. We have to thank Shaq for that as well. All those years of him bullying him in the post-game interviews, hyping him up a wee bit. That's the only reason why we're at this point, you know.
Yeah, where he's now about to be back-to-back MVP and our unanimous pick for the mid-season MVP so far. So now that takes us into award number 2. This one could have a little bit of controversy. I don't know. We've got defensive player of the year. I don't know what everyone's feeling for this one. I feel like we might be all over the gaff.
I heard the NBA was skipping it this year because no one's played defense through the first 41, 42 games.
Especially when they play the Pacers, 150-point games.
The only person who's played defense is Ja Morant's lawyer. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. But I put Anthony Davis. He's having a pretty good year. The Lakers aren't doing too well, but and Davis are balling out.
For me, I was initially thinking that in addition to Anthony Davis for defensive player, defensive player, I also had Miles Bridges' lawyer in there as well. But for I wanted to give it to AD. I feel like AD might be the guy, but for me, I've still got Gobert. I think leading that Timberwolves defense, I think that's the guy. Everyone I mean, most people disrespected him last season when the Timberwolves are a bit ass, but he's come through this season. I feel like he's led that defense, being the guy manning the paint, making sure no one gets in there, no easy buckets, and boom, Gobert. What's that? 4-time defensive player of the year if he wins this year. Sorry.
Yeah, he's carving himself a nice career. Like, it's weird. With the contract he's on, you thought from the moment that it was signed, it was always going to be the worst contract in the NBA, and still not a contract I'd like on my books. But he's kind of he's so, in all seriousness, like there's nothing the Timberwolves would change about the position they're in at the moment. Yeah, they've come a long way. Yeah.
And they got Ant-Man. Oh, what are you gonna say? Sorry.
Well, I've got wet bananas. The Wembanyama.
Wet bananas. Don't ever
out
use
Flight.
that as a lot because that was honking. That was horrendous.
Shout out Flight. He always says wet bananas.
Bananas.
Trey is the first true Wembanyama stan that I've met.
Bro, no one just goes in the paint when he's in the paint. Like,
Yeah.
how much better defensively can you get than keeping people out of the paint?
To be fair, he doesn't contest. Like I was looking through the numbers. Like,
yeah, his shots contested is like way lower than like the normal center because they don't go in the paint.
I need to double check this, but I'm pretty sure he blocks 25% of the shots he contests, which is just a mind blowing.
It's because like what can you do, bro? If you try to attack him, his arms feel like they're 10 feet long, bro. So like he can just cover all the way up until like the basket. So if you come into that area, like it's a bro. It's just like a thing in the NFL. If you play like an elite cornerback, the quarterback doesn't throw to that guy because they're like, oh, I'm gonna get intercepted. Same thing with guards. They're like, I don't want to drive in there, or even anyone. I don't want to drive in there because I don't get blocked. It's just like nothing. You can't win.
He can cover 9 feet of area with one step or something like that.
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah, he's literally what Kai Jones thinks he is.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Kai Jones. He's got some pretty good highlights.
Yeah, shout out Kai Jones, the guy who's better than MJ, better than LeBron.
He actually dunked on Wemby, believe it or not.
He's the
in the preseason.
He's the first trade request that turned into a waiver.
You know what's mad though? They kept Miles, the assassinated Bridges, instead of Kai Jones. Kai Jones has mental health problems. Miles Bridges tried assassinating his girlfriend.
What do you mean? Miles Bridges
makes sense.
Miles Bridges is literally like a hitman. He's one of the best
He's so good at fighting. The Pistons wanted him because they wanted the Malice at the Palace round too.
Imagine Malice at the Palace. Give me Miles Bridges and Isaiah Stewart versus Eddie Dewar. I'm taking them every single day of the week. That's a top tier.
I'll get James Johnson on a 10-day contract for that one.
Oh, James Johnson.
I would James Johnson and Steven Adams.
Yeah. You can't beat Aquaman in a fight. That's impossible, right? He's take you underwater. It's game over, brother.
Bro, imagine Beef Stew versus Steven Adams. Steven Adams would literally grab him around the neck and not let him breathe.
Who's Beef Stew? Is that Isaiah Stewart?
Who is Beef Stew? Are you serious?
No, big serious. Who's Beef Stew?
That's Isaiah Stewart, yeah.
It's Isaiah Stewart.
Oh, Beef Stew. I actually never even heard that one.
You got to address him correctly. Detroit legend.
Oh, yeah, Detroit legend, Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart.
Okay. What are we...
All right, so we were all over the gap over there a little bit. So we had Gobert for me, and then we had AD, and then Trey. Who was your actual pick? I feel like we got so far away.
Wet bananas.
Wet bananas? Okay. Won't happen. He'll win plenty of awards in his career. He'll win plenty of them in his career, but I know this year.
He's going to be the first to win. I was going to say Rookie of the Year, but no.
Yeah, first ever Rookie of the Year winner, guys. Victor Whitman.
No, I was going to say Rookie of the Year, Depoy, and MVP in the same year.
Oh my god!
Right, this isn't 2K.
Oh, he could be Ben Simmons, you know,
or Jason Tatum because he's still 19. But how about Rookie of the Year? Rookie of the Year. You can reuse your pick actually because I feel like Rookie of the Year we might be different or we might be same. For me, I'm going. Not the safe pick. I'm going with the guy who's the best. And in the second half of the season, he's going to cook. But in the first half, I still think he's been Rookie of the Year, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, wet bananas, hands down.
I'm going Chet. I just think, like...
Thunder fan over here, by the way. Bias,
Thunder bias. Look at the Thunder bias. It's seeping from this man's... Come on, bro.
How often...
GM of the first half of the season would also be Sam Presti for Jed.
Naturally. I feel like it's not a hot take. But all I'll say is the second best player on the second best team in the West. Like, how often does a rookie come in, be a top 2 guy on a team, and then they're doing that well? You know, that's I feel like it's just results. He's literally slotted into the position. He's done everything they've wanted him to do, plus more, shooting just under 40% from 3, like 55% from the field. Like he's doing well. He's patient. He's not forcing the game, and he's been huge for them in big moments. There's a lot of games they wouldn't have won if Chet wasn't out on the court.
For me, it's individual, man. I think it's an individual award. It's based on
but it is an individual award. But when his individual he is the only difference for that team compared to last year. The only piece they've added is Chet, and they've gone from being a borderline playing team to the second best team in the West.
Yeah, but I think that's more so to do with everyone else around. I think guys like Jalen Williams have gotten better. They've had like other people step up.
Jalen Williams has been great lately, but he started off slow. Chet he's been the number 2 guy for the whole season so far, and he's not.
Josh Giddey's been balling too lately.
He's been balling lately, but
their bench has been playing unreal. Like Isaiah Joe.
Maybe because the legal case is done now. Now you can focus on basketball.
Yeah. Josh Giddey has been really good lately, but the thing, Chet is averaging a decent amount of assists. He always makes the right play. I feel like you don't realize how close their stats are. I think he's only averaging 2 points less per game than Wemby. Blocks he's only just down on blocks, but the efficiency
Wemby averages 20 and 10 now.
But look at Wemby's team, bro. Wemby's got no one. That team, he's playing with no one. And plus, like I said, we joke about it, but they actually have a problem where it's brother, it's clear who your best player is. Get the ball to your best player and let him work.
But he is still, like Chet, he is the second best player on the team. Sochan
is literally should be the same position as Thanasis and Kumpo. It's literally player of the year. It's Sochan and Thanasis are competing for bench player of the year.
Keldon Johnson's so bad he's played himself onto the bench.
That's just Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell's actually good. I won't disrespect him.
But I'm just saying, I get it as an individual award, but when it is that far different, when the Thunder are that much better than the Spurs, and a key reason to why the Thunder are where they are is because of Chet. I feel like that has to be taken into consideration.
No, it's not. It's not. It's SGA. I promise you, it's SGA.
Yeah, it is hands down him. But look at what Luka is on that same level as Shea. He's probably historically been that level above Shea. And
who averages more blocks?
Was it? It's true. No, but I'm just saying.
We nearly had a 5x5 one. I'm pretty sure it was against the Nuggets.
All I'll say is, if you put Wemby on the Thunder, what would their record be? Would they be better? Or would they be worse?
I don't know if Wemby would fit the mold instantly straight away. I reckon Wemby is going to be a better player throughout his career, but I just think Chet is ready for that moment, whereas Wemby, he's a project. He's having really good games, but he's also having really shit moments. Whereas Chet is just being consistent. He's been getting it done. He's been doing everything they need him to do. I don't know. I feel you're judging Wemby off his peak. You're not kind of putting the full picture.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not taking into consideration his troughs. Maybe that's why it may sound a little bit biased. But I'm just looking at the grand product of what we see. I'm comparing situations. I'm comparing the situations that they're in, the players that they're playing with, the stats that they're averaging. I feel like it's impossible for me to put Chet above because Chet's playing with a guy who's top 5 player in the league, and so it's the stats are in Wemby's favor. I feel like Wemby is on a far worse team. He's on a minutes restriction, and he's still been putting up better stats than Chet. I feel like it's based on your stats and individual.
They're empty stats? They're not anywhere near as efficient. So why are they better?
They're better because he's no. What do you mean?
Because he's getting quadruple change, and he doesn't get the pass the ball.
What's better? Rudy Gay's 19 points per game when he was on the Kings, or Kevin Love's 19 points per game when he was on the Cavs? Who's the better player?
That's a different situation.
It's not even a fair comparison.
That's a different situation.
What do you mean? How's it different?
What are you comparing? Are you saying okay? So you're saying?
I'm saying when Rudy Gay was.
You're comparing Kevin Love to Rudy Gay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kevin Love's a Hall of Famer. Rudy Gay is a.
I know it's different, but I'm saying in those situations, Kevin Love's weakest stats were so much more valuable to that team and ended up getting them to their ultimate goal. Whereas Rudy Gay was kind of just playing in meaningless games, getting good stats.
It's the same thing. Look who Kevin Love was playing with. He was playing with LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Rudy Gay was playing with DeMarcus Cousins. Who else was on that team? Tyreek Evans.
Sometimes stats.
They were bad teams.
It's not just all stats, and I feel like that's what people get lost in.
But
Yeah, but I
sometimes
mean,
your
it's like
stats even get better when you play
you can
with
play
better
so
players.
well, but if the people around you aren't good, like it's hard for your stats to mean anything. Like you're putting your best effort out there, which is all you can do as a player. All you can do is put your best effort out there. If the rest of the guys aren't coming with you, if the rest of the guys aren't good players, your stats may look meaningless, but maybe that's not on you. Whereas Kevin Love and the Chet Holmgren examples, I feel like they're playing with guys or played with superstars. Kevin Love was with LeBron and Kyrie. Chet is with Shea. Like your stats, you're putting your best effort out there, and you're fortunate enough, in my opinion, to be playing with a superstar. So Chet could very well put up those same stats if he played for the Spurs, but on that side it would look meaningless, you know?
Yeah, well, it's literally only 2 points and a few rebounds. That's the only difference. And Chet's is 10%. His field goal percentage is higher by 10%. His 3-point percentage is higher by 10%. Like that's like the efficiency is just so significantly different.
But it also comes down to attention, right? Like because I mean, what do you call it? Shea gets the majority of that attention. So if you're playing in open spaces, it's easier to have better field goal percentages. Easier to get you can get a lot better looks.
But who the fuck's trying on defense against the Spurs?
What do you mean? Who's trying against defense? He's trying against Wemby because everyone wants to be the guy that shuts down Wemby.
Because they need to shut down Wemby to win the game.
That's pretty much how it goes. Yeah.
Playing against the Spurs is a night off.
No, it's not. No, it's not. The Spurs are a good team, man. They gave some teams some trouble. Remember, they gave the Bucks some trouble. Nearly beat them.
Yeah, that was a good game. That was probably the best game by a rookie.
Yeah.
Well, one of the best games by a rookie this season. The other one being Chet's 36 goals.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Hits a 3 to send it to overtime. You know.
Yeah, he's cold. He's cold. Okay, all right, so you got.
I'm not gonna say to anyone.
Yeah.
Like you can't say Wemby's rookie of the year, but I feel like it should be a lot closer. It's splitting here.
Okay. So we're what? We're me and Trey Wemby. You're Chet.
Yeah. You guys are wrong. I'm right.
Okay. I got it. I got it.
They're just opinions at the end of the day, and Jed's opinion is wrong.
It's tough to be wrong sometimes, isn't it? That's
yeah.
Well, he's got his most improved player to make up for it. Who's your most improved?
My most improved? Are you hosting now?
He's taking over, bro. Give him the rights. Look at him. He's ready to go. He's like, you know what? It's my time to shine. It's because he's got a hot take for MIP. He's got a hot take for MIP.
Men's makes one terrible nickname.
There's only one answer for the most improved.
Well, there's not. But okay, you tell us who your MIP is. Who is it?
Maxi.
I mean, does that mean everyone else is going to be Maxi? I mean, it's not guaranteed.
Oh, there should be Maxi. There's no other option.
Why could not be Scotty Barnes?
Yeah, I've got Scotty Barnes as well. He's the face of the league, man.
No, I'm kidding. It's not Scotty Barnes. It's Tyrese Maxey. I was just joking. I just want to see what everyone else is going to say.
I got Scotty Barnes. I feel like Maxi, Scotty Barnes, like it'll be one of the two of them at the end of the day.
I feel like Maxi will probably do a favor.
Maxi's literally been James Harden, but better.
Yeah, has he been better?
He has been better than what Harden was last year.
He's cooled off a wee bit recently, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He dropped like 36 today or something.
But he had some games in there while Embiid was gone that were a little bit dusty. But I think he's held on to that good trajectory that he was on of improving. Yeah. So I can still give it to him.
26 and 7. What did he? I'll see what he averaged last year.
Yeah, I'll give it to. I wouldn't mind even Scotty Barnes because Scotty Barnes was my first pick. But I was like, man, because Scotty Barnes the last couple of weeks, like 2-3 weeks that Siakam was on the Raptors, he had a lot of wishy-washy games. Like he'd be good, then bad. That's the only reason why I gave it to Maxey. If Scotty Barnes hadn't had those washy games, I definitely would have stuck him and kept him there. But I just had to. I was like, man, I don't know if I can give him to that just based off those last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, and I think more the reason why I went Barnes is because he's probably more just developed into the guy that the Raptors want to build around. Like you look at them and their team's trajectory and their plan has literally ultimately shifted a lot because of they're really what they wanted Barnes to be is kind of being realized. And I feel like that's why I went Barnes because he's literally changed the trajectory of the franchise from how he's improved as a player. And I think this says nothing more. But we say the same with Maxey and the Sixers. Although I don't think they wouldn't have planned so much for that. Like the situation kind of changed for Maxey, so the opportunity was there as well.
Yeah, where Scotty was like, I feel like Scotty, this is your time, man. Your time to be unleashed, man. Like Siakam's gone, bro. This is I've said it on the other podcast. I said if they move Siakam, that tells us that they really believe that Scotty Barnes is their guy, that they want him to be the main guy. And what makes it even better for Scotty Barnes is that a guy like Bruce Brown, for example, who's jack of all trades, who may have got more like other taking touches off him and quickly, is now apparently going to be, they're looking to move him as well again. So now Scotty Barnes, man, like go do your thing. So second half of the season, he could overtake Maxi, but for me, first half, just yeah, I have to take in a little bit of recency bias. I think I got to give it to Maxi.
I'm definitely less defensive on this one. I feel like Max is a good choice. I just want to show some love to Barnes. I'm in Toronto at the moment. I've seen Barnes play, so I got to show love to the guy.
All right, which takes us through to Coach of the Year. Who does everyone got as their picks? This could be all over like the shop again. There's been a few good coaches, a few good teams that have made some massive jumps from last season. So let me know who you got. What's up? What we got?
I've got Mark Diagonal.
Mark Diagonal.
Mark Diagonal.
Mark Diagonal.
Yeah.
He actually can't move horizontally. He can only move diagonally.
Yeah, he's got that team going in a diagonal direction.
He's a bishop in chess. He can only go diagonal. That's can't move horizontal. Not Mark horizontal, diagonal only, bro.
Yeah, I've gone the same. Like, you just can't go wrong with just even over the last 3 years, how much strides the team's made, and just immensely this year. They've just blown past everyone's expectations, and everyone's expectations were way too high. Everyone thought to start off with. So, yeah.
No, surprisingly, good opinions, guys, but wrong. There is only one choice. The man who is coaching the number one team in the West that were absolute bums last season, Chris Finch. He is. That's the guy. No flinch Finch. That's the guy, bro. No flinch Finch. That man never flinches under pressure. He's got the Timberwolves not flinching under pressure. Brother, dubbing up. He's the guy. He's the pick, bro. I think he's just done an unreal job with that team. Considering where they were last season, same thing as you guys were talking about with your pick with the Thunder. Brother, the Timberwolves, no one expected them to be in this position. People were thinking that Gobert was going to be traded by this point.
I think you're wrong. I think no one expected the T-Wolves to be as bad as they were last year.
But the thing about the T-Wolves last year is they pulled up and they had injuries problems all season long last year.
And then now this season, because Cat was out for a hot minute last season with that calf injury. I forget it.
All the way I look at it, like their defense is amazing. They've got a few troubles on offense. I just don't think. I think what the Thunder are doing is probably more sustainable over the rest of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the Timberwolves host a home game in the playoffs. The West is. Hey, look at the standings. They don't have to lose too many games in a row to slip out. Like, you just need.
I don't know. I feel like no flinch Finch got them. They're playing well, man. I just don't think. I feel like it's very difficult to beat them in Minnesota, and even when they go on the road, they play with a different sort. They remind me of that Jazz team. Surprisingly, I know Rudy Gobert was on that team with Mitchell, where it's just. I feel like they just rack up wins in the regular season because they just try harder than everyone else. Their effort level's on another level. And surprisingly, what you got to keep in mind is that Conley and Gobert are the common denominators. They were on that Jazz team, and now they're here in this Minnesota team. They're two guys who I think they help, galvanize the troops to get together in the regular season. We take pride in the regular season. We want to win games. We don't take nights off. Effort never is never lackadaisical. It's always up. And I feel like that's why you see the Timberwolves. I think it's going to be hard to beat them in Minnesota. It's impossible, damn near impossible. And on the road, even then, I think they do an excellent job winning. So I think they'll hold on to number one seed.
You think they'll hold on to number one seed? Yeah.
I bet 5 shots they hold on to number one seed.
You bet 5 shots. I'm just look at the standings. Like I suppose it's not as close as it was a few days ago, but yeah.
I bet 5 shots. Who wants to take that bet? I bet 5 shots they stay number one.
All right, I'll take that bet.
All right, let's go. That's 5. So if they finish number one seed, you're taking your 5 shots, right?
Yeah. And if they don't, which is gonna happen,
okay. So your 5 shots, and it's pick the other person's liquor as well. So yeah, man, you can enjoy some absolute vodka. Oh, actually, we'll get you something. We'll get you something worse.
Yeah.
Some Ethan's homebrew, because he'll be living with Ethan by then too. He can do some homebrew.
Yeah, do a snorkel of homebrew actually.
A snorkel of homebrew. Yeah.
How quick do you reckon you'll die after that?
quickly. Yep. But while we're on the topic though, we need to throw some love to some other teams. The Utah Jazz coach, he should be in
Oh
the
yeah,
mix.
Will Hardy, man. We were showing him some
Yeah.
love last episode, talking about the Jazz streaking, man.
It's his second season in the boss's chair, isn't it? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah. But anyway, let's six man of the year. What's our six man of the year picks like? I can start us off here. I feel like it's a guy who I thought was going to get it last season. I feel like he's got a lot better this season. He started to play make a lot better this season instead of just being a full-on scoring punch. Malik Monk on the Sacramento Kings. I think he's done a hell of a job, and I think hopefully this is a season he gets some recognition, man.
I would agree. There's not many players contending for it at the moment, is there?
Oh, Clarkson's averaging just under 20 points per game since he's moved to the bench. So
Yeah,
I think
he
he
was
really
blazing
got
there.
his name. Yeah, he's been great, and even like Utah, they're going good as well. Like it's just a perfect kind of storm over there at the moment.
Yeah.
I thought AR was going to be in there. Like, if they'd kept AR on the bench, I thought AR was having a lot of good games off the bench. And I thought, oh, okay, you guys can probably just carry him on in that sort of role. But I think now they've moved him back into being a starter. So he might get, it'll be tough for him to get that award now.
Not one player on the Lakers deserves an award this year.
Well, they'll all, I mean, two of them will be on all NBA. So I don't know if you count that as an award, but that means they'll get awards. But, you do you, man,
Darvin Ham
You got
might get
LeBron on
award,
the
but
All NBA team. Oh, this is probably third team.
Yeah, I've got LeBron in my third team, but we can discuss that down. Yeah, he's in my third team. But yeah, I feel like six man is pretty limited this season. I feel like it's very hard to find guys who've either consistently been starting off the bench and playing that well off the bench. Plus, I just feel like Malik Monk and Clarkson are just guys who have always been in that conversation. But I think this season, I think Malik Monk should get it. I think he's definitely taken. He's become just improved. I just feel like he's just more mature now. I don't know whether or not it's just another season playing in the King system or whether this is just all the NBA experience that he's had over the last couple of years now all coming together. He's putting it together, and this is who he is. Malik Monk taking off, bro.
yeah, it's been a long time in the making as well. Because remember, he slipped in the draft. He didn't really start out that well in Charlotte.
Charlotte gave up on him.
Yeah.
Gave up on him.
Yeah, but Charlotte give up on everything.
Michael Jordan was the owner, and he sucked.
Charlotte should have given up on a lot of people other than Malik Monk. Like Miles.
They should have given up on Michael Jordan.
I mean, he basically gave up on them now, but which is a good thing because I feel like now they've got the opportunity to be a good team. But,
Yeah, but
Malik Monk.
what do they do? What do
Good,
they
bro.
do? They've given up on Malik Monk, Kai Jones.
the fact that he's
I
like
actually
Kai
want to
Jones,
see
get
Kai
off it.
Jones.
Was it?
I want to see Kai Jones get signed by a team and just average like 15 and 8 or something like that.
I-
Just
What? The only
make
15 and 8 he's averaging is 15 bench claps and 8 butt splinters. That's the only thing he's doing. He ain't averaging no 15 points, 8 rebounds, if that's what you're talking about.
He's actually good. He's actually good.
Yeah.
He's not a bad player.
Yeah. Good at clapping and butt splinters.
He's actually miles better than Thanasis.
Nah, that's debatable. Is he miles better than Killian Hayes? If he is, then I'll accept the argument.
Yeah.
But he's you're sleeping on Kai Jones. He's actually not a bad basketball
Yeah,
player.
our goal
got
of
mental
the
health problems.
podcast is to get Kai Jones on the podcast one day.
Or do you know what? Maybe we can, bro. I feel like I don't know what he's up to now.
He's probably not far above our level.
Yeah, but I feel like, do you know what? Should we just hit him up on Instagram after this episode and let's post the DM and be like, hey, Kai Jones, you want to pick? Oh, but I don't know. Yeah, I just talked smack about him, said that he was not as good as Killian Hayes, but maybe he can ignore that
Killian
part
Hayes is in the
and
NBA.
listen about the part when we said he could average 15 and 8, but we won't specify what 15 and 8 that is. Then we'll bring him on.
He's not listening to the podcast to check, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he's going to be, man. I mean, all NBA players are gonna be listening to this podcast. I guarantee you, in like 2 months. I won't put 5 shots on that. I'll put half a shot on that, 10% of a shot on that. Actually, yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
needs to write this down.
Yeah.
You're also doing 10% of a shot.
So what we got? So what we all were Malik Monk unanimously.
He's
No,
got
I went
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Oh, you and Clarkson. Okay, no, I can accept that. Don't mind that. Which takes us to the big topic. You know, it's coming out. The starters are coming out this Friday, New Zealand, but over there in America, they'll come out on Thursday. Presented on TNT. So we've got our teams ready to go. West and East All-Star teams from 1 to 12. We're good to go. So what we'll do is we'll start with the West. One person at a time, read it out all the way 1 to 12, how you got it. So you can do your starters first, and then when you're starting with your bench, just say I'm starting with my bench. Who wants to kick us off? I feel like this might be some fireworks here.
I'll go first.
All right, let's go.
I feel like the starters, I'll say first of all, like there is just 4, I feel like definites. And
Yeah.
then like
One.
Then there's just one that's a bit like, but I feel like everyone will go for pretty much the same 5. I've got Shea, Luka, KD, and Jokic with Bron in there, but I think Bron's going to make it just because of
it's Bron.
The fan voting. Voting will put him through. Then my bench, I've got the Bone, Sabonis.
Yep.
I've got Kawhi.
Yep.
Kawhi. I don't know why I'm saying them all weird, but it feels like it adds a dramatic effect. I've got Curry. I've got Davis, Markkanen, Edwards, and then I couldn't decide. I was struggling with my last 3, so I've got Cat, PG, and Booker, but I think I'm gonna go with Cat.
All right, we're pretty close. We are very close because I've got so I've got Luka, Shea, LeBron, KD, and Jokic as my starters.
Same.
So our starters are the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so my bench, I've got Kyrie's son, then I've got AD, Kawhi, Anthony Edwards, Sabonis, Markkanen, and then I've got the guy I wanted to plug, Şengün. Get my boy in the All-Star.
I don't see it happening. I think eventually, but not this year.
The problem with Şengün, he was on the trajectory, and then now the Rockets have just slipped up now, and now this has missed this my whole pick. I said it. I was like, man, the Rockets are going to make the playoffs. I said Şengün was going to be an All-Star, and now this like little stretch where they've been awful has just ruined both those picks, man.
Yeah, I've got same starters as you guys, and then for the bench, I've got Davis, Kawhi, Sabonis, Steph, Edwards, Şengün, and then Harden. I was a little bit stuck on the Harden pick, but he's been. I couldn't think of any other guard. Kyrie, but he's missed heaps of games.
But you don't have to go all full guards. Like,
I've only got 3 guards as it is, including.
So you guys
Harden.
are both big on Şengün.
I'm big on Şengün, but I think that's just my pick. If I'm being realistic, and I'm just looking at how the way the coaches are going to do it, I feel like the coaches might not include him just because this rough stretch that the Rockets have been in, and it messes up your All-Star debate. Then if you're not even in the play, and even as well as he's played this season, I feel like he might get kicked out for someone else, like a Cat or even like a Paul George.
Also, I just think like when players make their first All-Star appearance, they normally have to be that tier above those other guys who kind of seem to make it year after year. So I think the gap isn't big enough for him to overtake any of these established All-Stars. So I think he'll definitely be an All-Star at some point, but I just do not see it happening this year just because I do not think he's done enough to really.
So who did you have it instead? Cat.
Yeah, I went with Cat.
It went Cat, and then Trey went James Harden. Trey, I don't ever want to hear you speak about basketball ever again. James Harden is an All-Star. Are you okay?
Oh, I had Paul George, but he's not a guard, so I had to change it to.
He's a guard forward. He's a guard forward.
Yeah, but do you reckon Booker's 52 might change a few coaches' minds tonight?
That's what I was thinking as well. I was just looking down because I was like, man, if you have to fit in another guard, then I would take out, for my list at least, I would take out Şengün and replace him with Devin Booker T. Washington and put him in there.
Yeah. Cat was a bit of a cop out for me, but just considering I had 2 Lakers who have been pretty subpar, felt it was appropriate to put two Timberwolves on there.
Yeah, it sucks how there's 2 All-Stars on the 11th seed. That's crazy, eh?
Yeah, because that's what I said last time. It's like on any other team in this situation, no chance they would get 2 All-Stars. It's because it's LeBron and AD and then LA. Like LeBron, there's no way LeBron's not going to start any All-Star game that he plays in. No chance.
Yeah. What about for your East?
So East, all right. So okay, East might be a little bit thing, but East, I've got as my starters. I've got, if he's healthy, Tyrese Halliburton. Then I've got Trae Young, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid. Then on my bench, I've got Donovan Mitchell, Banchero, Brunson, Bam, Maxey, Lillard, and Scotty Barnes. Yep. I snuck Scotty Barnes in there because I was like, am I picking Scotty Barnes or Randall? And I went, I just don't think there's a way that the Knicks can get 2 All-Stars if they're currently right now. I think they're 6th or 7th seed. I don't think I can put them and have them 2 All-Stars. I think Randall deserves it, but I just don't think I can put 2 Knicks in there.
Yeah. I've got the same start as you. Halliburton, Young, Tatum, Giannis, Embiid.
Mm.
And the bench, Butler, Brown, Banchero, Lillard, Maxey, Brunson, and Mitchell.
Wait.
What? Who did you say first? Go say that first name that you said again.
Jimmy Butler.
Do you watch basketball? What, brother, Jimmy Butler hasn't played like 2 weeks. He just came back.
You still make it.
The All-Star team is coming out in like a week, and you're saying that Jimmy Butler, who missed 2 weeks, is going to play? No chance, man. Come on.
He'll still make it.
Damn. All right. I mean, respect it. What you got for us? What you got for us, Jed? And then we can compare after Jed gives us one. Maybe he's got Butler in there too.
I've got Jimmy Butler, Cade Cunningham. No, I'm good.
Cade Cunningham.
What the fuck's right? That was outrageous. Jimmy Butler. How many games has he played this season?
Not enough for anyone to be looking at him as a guy who's going to make the All-Star team. Like, Bam is the only All-Star on the Heat.
He's missed about 15 games.
Yeah, the only All-Star on that team is Bam. Jimmy Butler.
So I've gone Jalen Brunson for my All-Star starter.
Okay.
No way.
No way. Well, I just thought Brunson is balling out this year. He seems to be just getting better and better. And the Knicks, I feel like
he balled out once we traded him on fantasy. That's when he started balling out.
Right. The coaches pay attention to that. You know, they're like, oh, Trace fantasy teams.
He sucked when I had him.
Damn. So you got Jalen Brunson. Okay, that's an interesting one. And then so I assume you got Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton's my guy. Known him for a long time. No, I'm just like, Halliburton, Tatum, Embiid, Giannis. I feel like those 4, apart from Brunson, like everyone will be like pretty set on. In my bench, I've got Young, Lillard, Maxey, Mitchell, Bam, Banchero, and I went with Jaylen Brown.
Oh, so ours is pretty much the same, except I've got Butler and you've got.
Man, I don't know if I can put in the guy with no left hand in there. Like, at least be able to dribble with both hands if I can put you in my.
They got the best seed in the NBA. They need at least 2 All-Stars.
But is Jaylen Brown having a better season than these other guys? Let me give you some list. Is Jaylen Brown having a better season than Donovan Mitchell?
What? No, okay. So how can you have 2 All-Stars on the 11th seed but not have 2 All-Stars on the best team in the NBA?
Because one of them is going to be a starter. That's clear and obvious.
It's because they've also got so many good players as well. Like they've got Porzingis, who's playing pretty good. Like
you still got to have 2 All-Stars.
No, but Trey, you're not answering my question. I said, has Jaylen Brown had a better season than Donovan Mitchell?
No.
Has he been better season than no better season than Banchero?
No.
Probably.
Better season than Brunson? No. Better season than Bam? No. Better season than Maxey? No. Better season than Lillard? That's the only one you can argue. Better season than
I would argue Bam and Banchero.
Jaylen Brown had a better season than both of them?
Look at the wins.
Has Jaylen Brown been the best player on that team?
Couple games he has.
Consistently been the best player on that team. Because Banchero, I know, is the best player on that team, clearly. I know Donovan Mitchell's the best player.
No, I think he's neck and neck with Franz.
But is Franz being considered for All-Star? No, man. And Franz had injuries. Banchero's been there all the time.
Last 2 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah. So even better is the case for Banchero because he's been available. And even though the Magic have been struggling,
and they're losing
wins. They're still got wins though. They still got wins, and they're still able to stay up in that in the standings.
I'll say Derek White's probably a long shot for that team.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think Derek White has had a good season. You remember those years? Like remember that year when the Hawks had 4 All-Stars? Like if the Celtics had been a little bit more far ahead, I think. I mean, they wouldn't have had 4 All-Stars, but I think there would have been an argument to say, oh, actually, man, I mean, the Celtics could have had 3 because I think Derek White actually is their 3rd best player, not Porzingis or thing. Oh, actually, no, because I got Tatum, Porzingis, then I got Derek White. I don't even think Jaylen Brown's the 4th best. Nah, I'm kidding. He's the 4th or 3rd.
They got Drew Holiday as well.
What are you smoking, man? Jaylen Brown's clearly the 2nd best player on the team.
Yeah, true. How's he doing in the playoffs? How's he doing in the playoffs? Yep, that's all that matters.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
How did Drew Holiday do in the playoffs?
When he lost to the Heat. You're right.
You could also put Siakam in the conversation as well, I think. But
Oh, you reckon?
Siakam, he had like the worst start to the season in NBA history.
Yeah, I feel like Siakam's picked up now, but I feel like it's hard for him to come back, in my opinion, to catch up to where some of these other guys are. Like, I think it's too hard for him to catch up to Mitchell, Banchero, Brunson, Bam, Maxey. Maybe he can catch up to Lillard.
That last spot in the East, if Şengün was in the East, I'd give it to him.
Yeah,
I think that last spot in the East is wide open.
I feel like I hope they're lenient
you got no Jimmy Butler.
And they give it to Scotty Barnes.
No Jimmy Trey. No, not a lot of people are going to have
Trey,
Jimmy Butler. No.
We're going to put that clip up there, and I'm going to ask if anyone thinks that Jimmy Butler's an all-star. I feel like everyone's going to say no. Like, how the hell do you have Jimmy Butler as an all-star after missing like 3 weeks of basketball, and he's only just come back?
You snub him, and the Heat will make the NBA Finals again. Do we even need to discuss all the NBA first team? Because
I feel like first team is the easiest by far. We're going to list it. I'll say it first. Did anyone say if they disagree? I got Luka, Shea, Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid, because they said this year it's it's positionless. So yeah, I'd say Luka, Shea, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid.
Okay, for a hot
I got Jimmy Butler in there.
Trey, you do not.
Cade starting at the second team.
The only first team that Jimmy Butler's going to be on is the first team of all McDonald's employees, employee of the month. That's the only team he's going to be on.
You call everyone a McDonald's worker. You're calling an all-star a McDonald's worker.
I mean, like I said, show me something in the finals, bro. You've been there twice, you never won. Now that you started the discussion about Jimmy Butler, now I'm going to hate on him so hard, and I got the facts to back it up. I'm covered with the smoke now.
Yeah. I've actually gone for something different for the All-Star, All-NBA first team.
All right, here we go. What you got for me?
I got Shea, Luka, Giannis, Jokic, and Tatum.
Oh, I know why.
Because it was
65
games.
Yeah.
I don't think Embiid's going to qualify.
Okay, that's actually a good take. I like that.
Yeah, so you can shut your fucking mouth.
I was for a second, I was like, what? And then no, okay, yeah, it makes sense. That's the thing as well. Even thinking about some of these things, we have to think about the 65 games, bro.
Yeah, because
I got Jarwick in there.
Shut the fuck up.
Is American Sniper in there? Oh, yep, he is.
We're talking about top 5 movies, aren't we, Jarwick?
I think Tatum's next one up, and
yeah. Tatum, okay. I was gonna. I'd say for me, I'd probably put Halliburton. If Embiid wasn't to be healthy, I would have put Halliburton in there. Since it's positionless, I would have put Halliburton. Yeah. But now I like that.
The reason why I
put KD.
Yeah, but the reason why I didn't with those two is just because the thing about Halliburton and the Pacers, they're a really good team, but they're a little bit streaky. They'll win a few games in a row, they'll lose a few games in a row. If at the end of the season they slip down the rankings, I think just the favoritism for him will slide. He'll definitely be all NBA.
All NBA, yeah.
Worst case scenario, but I think if they slip down the rankings, the Celtics are going to be that 1 seed pretty confidently.
Yeah, I think so. I think even though they lost today, I think they should hold on for a while. I don't think anyone's going to unseat them of that throne.
Yeah, and then who was the other person I'd consider? KD. I think the same with the Suns. I can't imagine them slipping into home court advantage, and I don't think he's going to make the first team if they don't have home court advantage. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, so first team we're pretty good. I think. Yeah. So you would have picked Embiid, right? If it wasn't for the games, you would have picked Embiid.
Yeah. Okay,
that's perfect. Okay, so we're okay. I'll say we're unanimous. You're basically unanimous, but it's just a condition of Embiid. Okay. So we takes us to our second team. So second team, I've got Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, and Tyrese Halliburton. And I know I'm about to get roasted because I didn't include KD. So you can have at it, man. Have at it.
Wait, who'd you pick over KD?
Okay, so I've got Edwards, Kawhi.
Oh, you got Edwards second. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I got Edwards in my second team. Yeah, so I've got because I was like, I got to show love to I feel like if they're the number 1 seed, I feel like there's no way he's not on at least the second team, especially if he keeps playing the way he's been playing. There's no way he slips down to third for me.
I think people.
So you think Edwards is top 10 player in the NBA right now?
Yep, I can list out my top
Everything.
10 if you want. I've got Anthony Edwards in there.
At number 10, a firm 10.
Like I got him firmly in there. He's not my 10. He's for me. Or I have
So
to
you
rank
got
them
him
up.
over KD, is what you're saying. You think Anthony Edwards is better than KD, is what you're saying.
No. I'm talking about all NBA team, right? We're judging it based on the way that they usually judge it, right? If your team has got a really good record and you have really good stats, I don't think there's a way that a guy who's going to be most likely in one of the playing positions gets in over you in the All NBA second team. Because not AD. Anthony Edwards averages like 20, 25, just under 25 points. Sometimes he hovers because he's just inconsistent sometimes, but 25. That I feel like in 5 and 4, maybe I think that's what he's got. So you can put him in there.
So you're saying Curry won't. So theoretically, you're saying Curry won't be second team just because record's bad.
I don't have Curry on any of my All NBA teams.
Oh wow, that's bold.
Yeah.
That's bold.
Yeah.
Wait. List your second team again.
Okay, so Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
And I've got Kawhi.
Yeah.
And I've got Anthony Davis.
Jason Tatum. Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis is my second team.
You're talking about record, and you're talking about the 12th seed in the West.
Davis is falling out though.
Like Trey, okay, this is.
Yeah,
okay,
I know he's falling out, but like, and you've got LeBron in your third.
LeBron in my third team. Yeah, it was debatable, but I'll let you guys do your second teams first before then we can discuss the second team. So who you got in your second team?
I've got Halliburton, Curry, Tatum, KD, and Kawhi.
Okay.
And then mine, I've got Edwards, Halliburton. Oh wait, Edwards, Halliburton, Curry, LeBron, KD.
LeBron.
Holy yeah.
I'm the biggest LeBron fan. I don't even have LeBron. I just don't think LeBron's had like the best season. I can say, man, that guy. Because even in the third team, I was looking. I don't know. Because like,
yeah,
I just struggled to say LeBron's had a really good season to put him in. Because even being in an All-Star, like I know he's. I
didn't even
LeBron, but
I didn't even get him in my third team. I
feel like the respect for LeBron is what will keep him in there. But it's so difficult, man, because there's so many good players, and I feel like because think about it, for example, Jalen Brunson's not in there for me. Bro,
I've got Brunson, but I think I might swap him for either AD or LeBron. I don't know.
I'm gonna swap Kawhi and LeBron around for me.
So you're going LeBron in your second team?
You didn't have Kawhi on your second team?
No, I did my third.
Yeah, I feel like Kawhi's his second team. I think he's been good.
Yeah,
and I feel like So we were unanimous on Kawhi, unanimous on
Halliburton,
Tatum,
yep.
And then we only disagreed on the last two. So I had Edwards and AD.
I had KD and Curry.
Yeah, I had KD and Curry as well.
Okay, so you guys were unanimous on your teams. Okay, so I had AD and AE, and so AD and Anthony Eduardo is my second team. Last ones. Okay.
Yeah. Would there be an argument for Sabonis in there? Is it like?
Are you discussing your third team now or your second team?
No, I'm just saying, like, if I had to move one up, I'd probably move Sabonis up for my third team.
I don't even have Sabonis in my third team.
I couldn't put Sabonis in there because I just don't think Sabonis had a better season than AD. I'm talking about second team. I've got Sabonis in my third team, but not in my second team.
Yeah.
I've flopped my third team, I think.
Oh, you go first then. I want to hear this. He's probably got Jimmy Butler in there. I want to hear this.
Nah. I've got Maxey, Brunson, Edwards, Young, and Mitchell.
Wait, read it again. Okay, what? So you had
Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Trey Young, and Donovan Mitchell.
So this is what he meant when he said, "Can you have 5 guards in one team?"
I couldn't think of a big. I couldn't think of a big.
Bam?
Huh?
You could have Sabonis.
I don't even have AD or LeBron. So like,
you don't have AD at all.
No, I don't have AD at all.
Bro, we are about to lose some credit scores around here that this guy did not put 8. So let's recap.
I'll probably swap. If anything, I'd probably swap Jalen Brunson for Anthony Davis.
So let's recap you today, Trey. You put Jimmy Butler in as an all-star, and you didn't put Anthony Davis in as an All-NBA player. Didn't put Sabonis in as an All-NBA player. Which, okay, that's fine. Sabonis, I understand, but AD, surely.
Yeah, I'll swap him for Brunson.
Man, that's so tough. I was only 15 players, bro. Oh, because there's so many guys. You're like, geez, that guy should be in there.
Oh yeah, I'll swap him for Brunson. There you go.
Okay, and then who do you have? Jed.
I had LeBron after changing Kawhi into the
Yep.
second team. Sabonis, Brunson, Bam, and AD.
Okay. All right.
So no Donovan Mitchell, no.
No, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. I had Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, LeBron, KD, and Sabonis as my third team.
So no Maxey.
Nah, no Maxi, no whoever else you guys have on there. Yeah, I had no Maxi. I just don't think I can put
No
Maxi in
KD.
there.
No KD.
KD is my third team. That's yeah.
Oh, okay.
KD is my third, along with LeBron and Trae Young and Sabonis and yeah, Donovan Mitchell. But what we all say is that's good. I like our teams that we've built there. I want to hear what the people are going to say about the people that we've given awards to, the teams that we've built. The first one that I want to hear about was Jimmy Butler, because I already know the people are coming for that one.
I'm making a burner account and I'm going after Trae.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a burner account. I'm gonna talk so much shit. I'm like, this bozo ass pick Jimmy Butler in there. Come on, bro. Yes, people are gonna be coming on smoke for you, bro. I think so, and possibly. But that is
Think what you want, mate. Think what you want. I don't care.
Oh man. But that's good, boys. Bonus episode. It was good. Mid-season awards, all-star picks. The people I like what we put out there. I think that it's gonna be some possible controversy, but that's what we need to do. Hey, hot take that people go in, and the people go in the comments and probably gonna be roasting us or maybe agreeing with us. Only time will tell. But with that being said, bonus episode. Remember, we are going to bring you another episode this week. Bonus episode wrapped up. Dunk Dynasty podcast. We'll see you again on the next one. Thank you again for the support. We appreciate it. We will continue to bring you this content, NBA content on the go, always coming through, more and more on the way. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Catch you later.
Sweet. Cheers.